Well, it's day 20 and of my dieta. Nothing much is happening as to be expected. Um, had some good dreams last night. Again, better than usual. I didn't go through the stress or the anxiety of trying to solve a problem. I had a dream that my band was opening up for Pink Floyd, and there was a huge arena, and it was sold out, and I got to play a song or a solo, I don't remember, but I remember sitting in the sound booth with David Gilmour mixing the show live in front of a sold out arena, so that was pretty epic, and I really enjoyed that dream. But this morning at breakfast, and the meals are one of the few times that we have to actually connect with other people, and conversations can happen during meals, but usually it's for very brief durations and only while we're eating. So somehow the conversation just kind of wound its way into Orthodox communities, because my friend Dove is from an Orthodox family, and Orthodox communities and some cultures traditionally tend to arrange marriages between their children, the children of different families within the community, and one of the people that is dieting was, I guess, very sensitive about that, and she kind of went off. And as I was discussing, the way the marriages are arranged, she kind of attacked me, and kind of personally, she said, "How much would you sell your daughter for, Eric? Non-scram or non-hard-boiled eggs?" It was kind of reactionary, and I just kind of let it go. But it got me thinking. A lot of people have some very unreal opinions or beliefs about arranged marriages. So, what arranged marriages used to be is daughters were pretty much bargained or auctioned off as commodities, as assets, in exchange for some sort of financial or personal gain for the family or for the father. That doesn't happen anymore. There's no such thing as traditionally arranged marriages in today's world. What we do have is more like arranged introductions. And there's several reasons why it tends to work out better than just meeting a person and getting to know them. In Orthodox communities, there's usually a pretty strong network of people who know each other, families who know each other, families who know other families. And so when a person is single and still kind of living at home, or maybe has strong ties to their families, the family starts looking out for them. They start looking out for potential matches to help kickstart their family. And through their vast social network, they connect to other families that also have single kids who are old enough to start dating or to get married. And just getting to know their families and getting to know kind of the backgrounds and meeting their kids, they will then propose options, to their children. Someone's son may be shown some photographs or some pictures online and told, well, this girl is single and she's studying at this university and her family is this and that. Her father is a banker, her mother used to be a nurse, whatever. And so there's a certain amount of vetting that happens before an introduction is even made. And if the son is interested and says, yeah, I'd like to meet this girl, then the family relays that to her family, and then her family talks to her and says, look, there's this nice boy, he's going to this university, he's studying to be an engineer, his father is an engineer, his mother is this, that, so there's a certain amount of vetting that happens before the introduction is even made, and if the girl agrees, then they arrange for the two to meet. Not a problem. They can get along, they cannot, they can hit it off, they cannot. And if it doesn't click, then, they'll keep looking. But what's interesting is when we in the Western society believe that we should kind of be the navigator of our own love compass, and we start, just dating on our own. We meet people on Tinder, we meet people at a bar. We have no idea what kind of family they come from. We have no idea if their father is abusive or if their mother is a single mom who, kind of goes through boyfriends. We have no idea what kind of drug or alcohol history they have, if there's any kind of criminal history or mental illness in the family. We're just rolling the dice. We meet a person, we connect with them, there might be some chemistry, but there's no real sense of whether or not they're a good fit until much later. And so a lot of times we'll meet someone, we'll date them for a while, and everything's going great, and all of a sudden there's a train wreck, and we have no idea where it's coming from or why, because normally we don't meet their family until we're pretty far along in our dating process. So with having a family background and kind of your family doing the background screening, it tends to work out pretty well. For instance, like my wife and I, we met through an introduction between our two families. I was shown her video and her pictures while I was still in the US, and I saw her and I saw that she was beautiful, and I got to hear about her backstory and her family, and I was excited to meet her. I was looking forward to it. And I'm sure that her family mentioned the same to her, that I was coming to meet her, and that of course she would have the choice of whether or not she wanted to meet me, whether or not she was interested, whether or not we had a connection or any kind of chemistry. So I went to Ukraine and we met, and it was just wonderful. I enjoyed talking to her. We spent a few days together just kind of, dating, and it was pretty nice. I proposed to her the option of getting married, and it was on the third day after we met. And she accepted the opportunity, to come to America to try to make a family with me. And I offered her the option of, if it doesn't work out for her and she's not happy, she can always return to Ukraine. I offered her, a free ticket back if it didn't work out. Well, it did work out, and we've been married for almost 20 years, and it's been a wonderful marriage with great family. We've built a lot of wonderful things together, successful business, some really good assets that generate money for us. We are very happy together. We are very comfortable. We're solid. We're stable. And just like any marriage, there's challenges, but we're committed, and we work through them, and we're doing well. In contrast to some of the other girlfriends that I've had, there was never any even remote possibility that there would be any kind of a marriage, because the more I got to know them, the more I found how incompatible we are, either through our religious beliefs or through certain, addictions or issues with past trauma that they're still dealing with. And it was just hard for me to kind of look past all that. But ultimately, yeah, arranged marriages are a thing of the past. What we have today are these arranged introductions through some careful screening, and through communities and family networking. And the other advantage to that is that when you marry within a culture, you also get someone who is culturally similar to how you're brought up. So there's already a certain basis of beliefs that are common and mutual that is established, because you both come from the same culture, you both kind of grew up with the same values, and it really helps to kind of glue the marriage together, so to speak. So those are my thoughts on arranged marriages. But as far as the dieta goes, yeah, nothing much is happening right now, except just laying around, being bored, and smoking lots of mapacho. Mapacho is very powerful and very useful for several reasons. It helps to settle the mind, and it helps to curb the cravings of the appetite, and it helps to just kind of put you into a more reflective state. So thank God that we have Mapacho. Thank God that we're allowed to use it here as much as we feel we need. Mapacho is the Peruvian tobacco that's used ceremonially. It is considered a master teacher and a master plant. And it is one of the most heavily relied on tools for maestros and curanderos during ceremony. So if you're sitting with someone who does not use mapacho during their ceremonies, just be aware they're not using one of the most powerful tools that can be used in a ceremony to cleanse, to calm, to center, to purify, and to protect. So, yep, just sitting here with my mapacho and very little else to do.